Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Diana, and if you're new here, you're welcome, and if you keep coming back, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Welcome to the Sanctuary Altar. Today we are going to talk about the topic blood is thicker than water. I told you guys that we were going to talk about it. Yeah, is it a myth or a fact? Yeah, much as family relationships are the strongest and most important ones in this world, sometimes loyalty is not guaranteed. So when you're using the word blood is thicker than water, what does it mean to you? What does it mean to you? It means that family relationships are the strongest. Relationships and loyalties are the strongest and most important ones. Yeah? The strongest and most important ones. So when you hear relationship, you hear loyalty, you hear important and strong, what comes to your mind? Yeah. So when you're using the statement blood is thicker than water, is actually your blood thicker than water? Is it benefiting you? Is it grooming you? Is it making you a better person? Yeah. Is it changing you for the better? When I was growing up, one thing that my parents used to say is, I will love you, but I will not bury you. Yeah? What does it mean? They always held us accountable for our actions. They always made sure that the love they gave us actually taught us how to be loyal. The love they gave us actually gave us a strong foundation. Yeah? That is when you understand what it means by blood is thicker than water. Yeah, this statement is often more abused than it actually benefits the person that is using it, because most people use it when it comes to situations where they are enabling, situations where they have to bear the cross for another family member, situations where you have to be party to sin, situations where you have to pardon circumstances that are going to bury this person as an individual, situations that are going to bury the destiny of an individual. So most times when you hear the statement blood is thicker than water, it's being abused. Yeah, make sure that this statement is benefiting you and not burying you. Yeah. So today we are going to look at the story of Cain and Abel in aspects of blood is thicker than water. Is it a fact or a myth? It falls on both ends. It can be a fact and it can be a myth. Yeah. So according to Genesis chapter 4, we see that Abel, I'm going to base on this story to explain to you what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Now Adam. Oh, so guys, I was still recording and I got a phone call. I don't know where I stopped. Okay, but we are talking about blood is thicker than water. So we are talking about Cain and Abel. Cain murders Abel. Yeah. Now Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bore Cain and said, I have acquired a man from the Lord. Then she bore again, this time his brother Abel. Now Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought an offering of fruit of the ground and the ground of the Lord. Abel also brought of the firstborn of his flock and of their fat. And the Lord respected Abel and his offering, but he did not respect Cain and his offering. And Cain was angry, and his countenance fell. So the Lord said to Cain, Why are you angry, and why has your countenance fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin lies in the door, and its desire for you, but you should rule over it. Now Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, Where is Abel, your brother? He said, I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. So now you are cast from the earth, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you till the ground, it shall no longer yield its strength to you. A fugitive and a vagabond you shall be on the earth. And Cain said to the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Surely you have driven me out this day from the face of the ground. I shall be hidden from your face. I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond on the earth, and it will happen that anyone who finds me will kill me. And the Lord said to him, therefore, whoever kills Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark on Cain, lest one finding him should kill him. So, as you can see, Cain and Abel were the children of Adam and Eve. Yeah, God blessed them with Cain and Abel. Cain and Abel were the children of Adam and Eve. So God blessed them with these children after casting them out of the Garden of Eden. And it happens that Abel was a shepherd and Cain was a farmer. So time came and they had to take offering to God, and everyone brought their first fruit. But God appreciated Abel's offering and rejected Cain's. So when he did that, jealousy took over. Jealousy took over Cain's heart, and he decided to take it out on the brother. He lured the brother and killed him. This is his blood brother. Same mom, same dad. Yeah? Same family, same lineage. So he killed his brother, and God was not happy with him. Yeah? And he laid a curse on him. He laid a curse on him. That is when you see in chapter 4 verse 10 where God says, and he said, what have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. So you are cast from the earth, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you till the ground, it shall no longer yield its strength to you. Yeah. It doesn't matter, he was a farmer. God cast the work of his hands. It doesn't matter how much he tills. Yeah. It will never bear fruit. He will be a fugitive and a vagabond. That means he'll be a fugitive, someone who is who has run out of captivity. Yeah. Someone who has run out of captivity is a fugitive. And a vagabond, someone who has no settled home. A person who wanders from place to place without a home or a job. Yeah. So you see that this verse teaches us that it doesn't matter whether you are blood. Yeah. If you are not in charge of your body, if you do not have the power, the willpower to overcome sin, yeah, you will end up falling prey to the temptations of the devil. Yeah. Cain accepted jealousy to cloud him, and by the time he awoke to it, he had already killed the brother. And he thought he would get away with it, but God had. The God of Abel had, and he came out to avenge Abel's death, and he cursed Cain. And we can see that this goes on from generation to generation up to the 4th generation, that is Lamech. Yeah. Lamech ended up doing what Cain did. Yeah. He killed people and he boasted in it. Yeah. So when you do certain things, yeah, when you do certain things, you might think that you're going to get away with it, but generation after generation, because Lamech is the 4th generation. Yeah. But how am I trying to incorporate that blood is not always thicker than water? Cain killed his brother because of jealousy. Yeah. He killed his brother out of jealousy. He allowed his emotions to control him. He allowed the devil to control him. Even in chapter 4 verse 7, God says, if you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin lies at the door, and its desire is for you. Yeah? But you should rule over it. Yeah? Sin was at the door, waiting for Cain. And at this door, what made this door open? How do you open the door to the devil? Jealousy is what opened the door to the devil, is what opened the door to sin when it came to Cain. Yeah, he accepted jealous to rule over him. Yeah, and the door of sin opened and he committed murder. He killed his brother. Yeah. So how does this, when you read the Bible, you have to have discernment. Yeah, you have to have discernment. Yeah, there are so many things that this verse represents. Yeah, there are so many things that this verse represents. When you look at Cain and Abel, some of you are looking at human nature and that's it, but this goes beyond. Cain and Abel represent so many things. Yeah, Cain and Abel represent so many things. Yeah, the events that took place in this verse represent so many things in this world. Yeah, number one, family does not guarantee loyalty. Family does not guarantee loyalty. Yeah. Cain and Abel were brothers. They were family, but there was no loyalty. The bond was not strong enough for him to desist from killing his own brother. Yeah. So when you're using the term blood is thicker than water, awaken to human nature. Yeah. Awaken to human nature. If you do not have God, you cannot have self-control. Yeah. This incident also represents jealousy. Yeah, amongst family. This was his blood brother. He was supposed to be celebrating that God accepted the brother's offering, but instead he felt bad about it. He felt bad about it. And he ended up killing his brother because of that. Yeah. This incident represents competition within families. You're competing against each other. Yeah. Yet in the beginning I told you that blood is thicker than water means family relationships and loyalties are the strongest and most important ones. When family wins, you win. Yeah. When someone in your family wins, you win. If at all this statement is going to hold water. But there was competition here. Cain was competing with the brother. Yeah. And his offering did not come from a good place. That is why God rejected it. Yeah. That is why God rejected it. Yeah. And we also see that the statement blood is thicker than water, sometimes family, this statement brings about enabling. Yeah, it brings about enabling. What is enabling? Seeing someone doing something that is against God's will and you let it pass simply because they are family. But it is going to cost you generation after generation. Cain killed Abel, and this sin, yeah, affected up to the 4th generation, that is Lamech. And we see Lamech killing 2 people, and he summons his wives and he boasts in it, because he says in chapter 4, verse 23, yeah, it says, then Lamech said to his wives, and this is the first time that polygamy is mentioned in the Bible. Yeah, I think we can see the root of this practice. It does not come from a good place. This is the first time that polygamy is mentioned in the Bible. Lamech had 2 wives. Yeah. And then Lamech said to his wives, Ada and Zillah, hear my voice, wives of Lamech, listen to my speech. For I have killed a man for wounding me, even a young man for hurting me. He killed 2 people. If Cain shall be avenged 7-fold, then Lamech 77-fold. We see, a case here of enabling. He is basing on chapter 15, on chapter 4 verse 15, where the Lord said, whoever kills Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him 7-fold. He is abusing God's protection over Cain, and he assumes that if God avenged Cain 7-fold, he will avenge Lamech 77-fold. I think we can see here a factor of taking God for granted. There is a factor of taking God for granted. This is a man that is forcing words in God's mouth and taking pride in killing 2 people. If God protected Cain, then why can't he protect Lamech? Just simply because he has killed 2 men. And he's giving a speech to his wives and boasting in it. And all this is not his doing, but his ancestors, his forefathers did this. And it ended up catching up with him because Lamech is the 4th generation of Cain. 4 generations later, it's still manifesting. It's still manifesting. So sometimes when you see something that is going to cost your family, your generation anything, do not enable it. Do not assume blood is thicker than water. Call it out and put a stop to generational patterns. This was a generational pattern taking place. We see also a fact of entitlement in this story. The same example of Lamech. He thought he was entitled to the protection that God put on Cain. That's why he said, if God protected, if he avenged 7-fold for Cain, he will avenge for Lamech 77-fold. That is entitlement. That is entitlement. You have killed someone. You have killed 2 people, and you assume you are entitled to God to avenge for you if anyone comes to avenge the death of those 2 men. You assume you are untouchable simply because of entitlement. You assume you are untouchable because of entitlement. We see also a factor of lying. This verse shows us that telling lies is not good, because when God asked Cain, where is Abel your brother? He lied through his mouth. To God, who is omnipresent, he is everywhere. He sees everything that goes on in this world. And Cain had the effrontery to tell a lie and ask God. He said, I do not know. That is chapter 4 verse 9. He said, then the Lord said to Cain, where is Abel your brother? He said, I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper? That is guilt speaking. To feel like you can lie to a higher power. To feel like you can lie to someone who reigns supreme. God is watching your moves. God is watching everything that you do. God is watching everything that you do. Also, the death, like Cain murders Abel, it does not necessarily mean that you're killing a person. It can represent your actions killing your destiny. Your actions killing your destiny. God had blessed both of them. Abel was a shepherd. Cain was a farmer. But when he murdered his brother, everything about him, that was the end of him. He became a fugitive and a vagabond. He had no home. He had no job. He was a wanderer. Your actions Yeah? Are they representing Cain in your life? What are you doing that is killing your destiny? What are you doing that is making you a fugitive in your own life? Yeah. What are you doing? What are the people around you doing to ensure that you do not become Cain? What is your family doing to ensure that they help you not to kill your destiny? Yeah. Cain is a figure that represents the actions that you're doing in your life that are going to kill your destiny, that are going to turn you into a fugitive, that are going to turn you into a vagabond, a wanderer in this world, no identity. Yeah? No identity, no job. Yeah? You can't produce fruit, everything you touch. Yeah? So what are you doing that is killing your destiny? Who is the Cain in your family? Yeah? Who is representing Cain in your family? Yeah? With the guise of, we are supporting you, we are here for you, but they are killing your destiny. They are killing your destiny. Wake up. God has given you the willpower. Pray for God to help you. Yeah? Have the eyes to know. Yeah? Who the Cain is, for God to change that Cain in your family. Cain is a representative of all these things that are killing our destinies in our families. Yeah? Because it was not God's doing for Cain to be a vagabond or a fugitive. This was not the destiny that he prepared for him. It just happened after the actions. These were the consequences of his actions. Like I always tell you, you make the choice, but you don't get to choose the consequences. Yeah. He became a fugitive. He became a vagabond. He could not till the land to fruition. Yeah. You can't bring anything to life. Everything, your relationships are dying. Your work is dying. You have no home. You have no stable home. Yeah. Your home is dying. Your work is dying. You have no job. Everything you touch just perishes. Simply because you do not have someone around you that can tell you the truth of what the grave consequences of what you're doing. Yeah? Of what you're doing. So we can see that God told Abel, yeah? God told Cain, yeah? If you do not do well, sin lies at the door, and its desire is for you, but you should rule over it. You have no excuse. You should. The Bible uses the word should. So you should have the willpower to rule over sin and jealousy and all these other earthly things that are taking over. Yeah. Sometimes family can bury you while you're alive. You are alive, but everything about you is buried simply because of the enablers that are surrounding you. And it will go on generation after generation. Are you the representative of a generational pattern in your family? Are you the vessel that is being used to carry on a generational pattern? Are you the Lamech in your family? Who is surrounding you? We see that when Lamech called his wives to boast about killing these two men, they came and sat and listened. They listened. Who in your family is sitting down and listening to your actions that you're doing that are actually killing you while you still are alive? Yeah. Are you a fugitive? Are you running away from captivity? Yeah. Are you running away from captivity? You have the will, but you should have the power to rule over sin. Do not open the door. Don't. I gave you all the ways that you can open doors to sin, yeah? One is enabling entitlement. Lamech was entitled. He killed these men simply because when he says that thing where if the God of Cain, yeah, if Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, then Lamech 77-fold. He knew. He was basing on the fact that God protected Cain from being killed. God wanted Cain to face the consequences of his actions. Death is the easy way out. Physical death is the easy way out. But he will leave you in this world and you will face the consequences of your actions. Cain was a dead man that was wandering in the world because he could bring nothing to fruition. Because he was a wanderer. Because he had no home. Because he had no job. These are things that define a man. Yeah? These are things that define a man at the core. But he had none of this, so he was a dead man that was wandering in the world. Physical death is the easy way out. So I'm trying to show you that blood is not always thicker than water. Cain killed his brother. Cain killed his brother. Your family can kill you. You're waiting for someone to come and stab you in your family. No. They can kill you while you're still alive by enabling you, not helping you. Yeah. So you have to be very, very self-aware, assertive, and know when someone's support is actually leading you to your death. Yeah. When someone's enabling is actually leading you to your death, you will wander in this world. You will bring nothing to fruition. Everything you touch will perish and die a natural death. But you will be alive to witness it because God wants you to see. Yeah? To see that He has given you the power to rule over sin, but you have failed. You chose to open the door through different things. For Cain, it was jealousy. How are you opening the door to sin? Is it through infidelity? Is it through theft? Is it through conflict? Is it through drunkardness? Is it through fraud? Is it through, there are different ways you can open the door to sin. But God determines the consequences. So you have to please be self-aware. Be assertive. Be assertive. In the beginning, I told you the statement, blood is thicker than water. Yeah? It means that family relationships and loyalties are the strongest and most important ones. But if it is killing you, there is no loyalty there. There is no relationship there. There is no strength in that. The foundation is weak. There is no importance in that. You will suffer in this world simply because there is no one. Everyone has chosen to be a Cain in your life. Everyone surrounding you has chosen to be a Cain in your life. Yeah? So I hope I'm talking to someone out there. Open your heart. Have a good heart. Yeah? Believe that you are not above anything or anyone else. Yeah? Be self-conscious, self-aware. Be able to check yourself. God has given you the power. You should be able to rule over these desires of your heart. Yeah. Let the Spirit lead you. The heart is very deceiving. Not everything that flows out of your heart is pure. Someone might think they are supporting you, but they are actually burying you. I will say it again. My parents always told me when I was growing up, we shall love you, but we shall not bury you. So I was always held accountable. And since I was a young girl, I knew. This helped me have self-control. Yeah, because jealousy is an emotion. Cain had the power to act on it, operate on it, and he acted on it, and it cost him more than he was willing to pay. Yeah. When he was killing his brother, he did not think about the consequences, because when God spelled out for him his curse, he had the audacity to say, and Cain said to the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. You cannot bear it, but you could kill your brother, spill blood, and actually deny it, and try to run. Blood is not always thicker than water. That is according to the Bible, according to this story. These are everyday scenarios that happen. All the characters in the Bible represent life situations. They represent life situations, what people go through every day in this world. The challenges that they are faced with, the weaknesses. Yeah? The weaknesses. So you have to be very assertive, be very self-aware, pray to God. Yeah. Identify the Cain in your family, pray over that person. God has the power to change them. And you should know when someone is leading you to your early grave. You should know when someone is trying to change your destiny. You should be aware. Yeah. Someone that is supporting your actions that are going to cost you more than you're willing to pay, generation after generation. Are you a Lamech in your family? Lamech is the 4th generation of Cain. And this pattern of killing is following them generation after generation. You have the power to stop it. Pray about it. Don't allow it to be the vessel of generational patterns in your family. You have the power to change it. God listens. When you ask, He listens. So pray about it. But I want you to awaken to human nature and always have it at the back of your mind. Sometimes sometimes blood is not thicker than water. Love is someone holding you accountable for your actions and not covering up your bad deeds. Because he tried to deny, but God is omnipresent. He sees everything. You cannot hide from Him. Everything, He sees it. Everything that goes on under the globe, He sees it. He sees it. Yeah. So next, blood is thicker than water. We're going to have a part 2, and this time we're going to look at Jacob and Esau. And you will see how blood is not always thicker than water. Yeah. There's always an exception to the rule. I won't argue, deny that. But we shall look at Jacob and Esau, and you see how the mother spoiled for Jacob his destiny by enabling him. Yeah. So I hope that is the topic that the Holy Spirit put on my heart to share with you guys. That blood is not always thicker than water. I hope you're blessed. I hope you're well. And as usual, you can follow us on Instagram, The Sanctuary Altar. I'll leave the link in the description box below. We share more content. But as usual, I'm going to remind you guys, don't forget to work hard and always love yourself and follow your dreams. God bless you.